You can't see it, but I can. There's a deer right underneath that tree, right about there. Two of them, actually. Two deer. But anyways, this is one of those scenic venues along the trail. I don't think I'm gonna make it in one push, but if there's ever a place to stop and take it all in and have a meal, this would be it. I don't have anything that's non-flammable or won't get marred by my alcohol stove. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smash these sardines here. Could have went with beans, but sardines will do. I'm going to invert the can. I'm going to use it to dissipate the heat so I can cook right on this. This is one of those plastic lumber. I'm going to make some beef broth and rice. You know, on second thought, I'm going to cook it on the ground over there, because inverting that on this table would leave a residue of sardines. The hell was I going to cap it with my canteen cap for? Anyway, this titanium Ever-New stove takes a little bit of time to prime. Not as long as a Trangia. Should be lit. Yeah, it's lit. We're gonna get that going down there. Sounded like it just popped. Yep, there we go. Now it's priming. You see that yellow flame or orange flame? While that's priming, start my soup mix, or rather rice mix. Go with about a cup and a half of water for this one. Use this as a windscreen. I don't need a windscreen. Cool thing about that Ever-New is it actually spreads the flame, and you can rest your pot right on top of it. So this is my beef mix. It started out as jerky, but I fell asleep and just was in there too long. It's not terrible as jerky, but it's drier than pemmican. Pemmican brand jerky. So what I did was I ground it up. I put it in this here bag. Now these are drink bags, but I like them because they're good portions and they seal up like really well. Hopefully the rice soaks in the water better than the beef, because I actually put a lot of beef in there because I need the protein. I don't need the carbs as much, but I will take them. Yeah. Anyways, there it be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it directly on this, and that flame will spread out pretty evenly. Now, for some reason, I didn't think far enough to bring the cap for this. I do have a cap, but all that means is that I'm just going to use more fuel. And I got plenty of it, so I'm not worried about using too much fuel now. But it's a pretty good mess kit. Fits in the standard canteen pouch. But if anybody knows anything about that Keith titanium canteen, price of admission's pretty steep. I think that thing was about 160 bucks. Cringe every time I think about it. Now, as an aside, I can't very well sleep on this bridge. two reasons. Now, I can stay warm. I have the right stuff for it. But sleeping on a bridge, especially one over water, it's going to get pretty cold. And I think the temperature is going to get down to the upper 40s tonight. And that, you might as well just subtract 5 right from there. Anyway, also the proximity to the roads, it doesn't bode well. If any kind of law enforcement found me, I'd have a pretty tough time explaining why I'm sleeping on a scenic viewing bridge. Anyway, I'm probably going to backtrack because I know what's up ahead, and what's up ahead doesn't offer a whole lot of amenities as far as bivouacking. But I also know for sure what's behind, and maybe 4 miles. It's the one point. I might just stop short and hit the 2 mile one, but that's also close to some private property and a road. And if I use any light, I could be seen, so I'm going to have to really adhere to my light discipline tonight, and probably go red lens only directional. And beyond that, I don't know. I'll probably I'm definitely going to put on some long pants. I got permethrin soaked pants and shirt, so I'll do some layers. That way when I wake up I can stave off the cold. I got my puss pad. I'll probably do a lean-to, even though I don't think it's going to rain tonight, but I didn't think that I was going to hit the rain in Orwell, and I did. So I'm thinking be a pretty easy night. I wish I could have made it in one push, but long story short, I was 11 miles in and I had to turn back. I forgot my whoopee, of all things. For those of you who don't know what a whoopee is, it's a poncho liner. It's made of a nice synthetic nylon, real comfortable, sturdy piece of equipment. One of the best things the military's ever issued, that and a P-38. But yeah, they call it the whoopee because we'll be needing it. We'll be fucked without it. All right, we're about 5 minutes in, and we got the slightest hint there of a simmer. One thing I like about that beef jerky, or that overcooked beef jerky, is that it has a pretty intense flavor, and that's going to help flavor that rice. I brought some spices. I like to eat well, and I like to taste my food while I'm out. But as far as things go, if I don't like it with that, I'll add some spice. But I think that beef jerky is going to do the trick as far as seasoning that rice. And here we are about 2 minutes later. Got a decent boil going. Not a rapid boil, but a good boil. And that's where I'm going to need it to be for about 12 minutes or so. It sucks to cook rice without a cover. You're going to lose a lot of your water to absorption and evaporation at the same time. And usually don't get as good or as thorough as a cook, but we'll see what happens. Got a little fog going there. Yeah, here we are about a minute later from the last video, and it is boiling rapidly. All right, so here we are about 10 minutes from the last recording. I'll test the rice for firmness. I'd call that al dente. I'm going to want it just a little softer though. Alright, and here we are. That's going to be the finished product there. I like that brown coloration in there. It's more of a rice and beef soup. And just about out with the flame there, so just the right amount of alcohol. Just the right amount of alcohol would have burned out as soon as I was done cooking. It's a little hot right now, but let's get a chunk of beef and get some rice in there. Give a verdict. Hot. That's damn good. Just what I needed. Yeah, this is actually really good. I'm gonna let it cool down before I burn my taste buds. But that right there, that's a ticket. Some asshole littered this plastic cup, but that benefits me. It's gonna fit that sardine can. It's gonna keep the, as I carry it, it's gonna keep the juice from spilling on my gear. So that, again, cui bono, mi bono. Alright, so I'm backtracking, about a mile or two. I forget where that bench is, but that's where I'm going to spend the night. As soon as you get going, the wind chill starts to make you cold. Then you got to pump the blood to get warm again. But it's agonizing. You can probably hear my teeth chattering. Not agonizing, but it's uncomfortable that first few minutes. Honkers. Anyway, this is that bench that I was talking about. It's about a mile away from where I was at. But if you look, you got a lot of marshland to the back of it. What that does is that drops the ambient temperature around you. Also, you got this area, which is basically a high visibility avenue, we'll call it. So any kind of light that you project can be seen if anybody happens to be in that area. But I'm gonna go the extra mile. This is more about what I'm talking about. Nice deep dark woods, but not too deep. Because as you can see, there's an access road here. Actually, it's more of a residential road. But there's a plant up ahead, so it doubles as an access. Anyway, road terminology aside, this is where I'm gonna go tonight. I think I'm just gonna tempt my poncho over me, lay my puss pad out here, sleep on the bench, dress in layers, throw my whoopee over top. All right, till tomorrow, arrivederci.